In this episode, you'll discover how to build a supplement routine that truly supports your healing without overwhelm, burnout, or lining your shelves with bottles you never actually use. You've been told it's incurable, but here at Renegade Remission, we believe in rewriting the story. If you're facing a terminal or chronic illness, you are not alone. I'm Eleni Welch, certified nutritionist, and each week I share healing strategies and remission stories to help you take control of your health, feel better, and rediscover hope. Welcome back to Renegade Remission. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to choose the supplements that matter most for your healing, learn dosing strategies that can help your body absorb nutrients more effectively, and hear a real case where recovery began not with more supplements, but with the right supplements. I'll give you a simple framework for building a supplement routine that supports your healing without draining your energy, your hope, or your bank account. In our last episode, we discussed the 10 most studied supplements in healing terminal and chronic illness, so be sure to listen to that podcast before moving on to this one, where we discuss how to actually implement a healing supplement routine. I understand that supplements can feel a bit like the Wild West. Different sources say different things all the time. One person might tell you need to take antioxidants, another says you're deficient in magnesium, somebody on Instagram claims that if you don't take this particular powder, you'll never heal, and if you're already dealing with pain, fatigue, or a serious diagnosis, the pressure to get your supplements right can feel pretty overwhelming. But here's the truth. Supplements are most powerful when they are targeted, purposeful, and aligned with your body's needs. A good supplement routine should never feel heavy. It should feel supportive, clear, calm, and sustainable. Before we explore the science and framework that makes supplements the most effective they can be, I want to begin with a real story. It captures exactly what happens when somebody moves from supplement overwhelm to supplement clarity. A woman in her 40s came to her neurologist terrified that she had a progressive neurological disease. For months, she'd been experiencing numbness in her feet, burning sensations along her legs, cognitive fog, balance problems, and crushing fatigue. She could no longer walk long distances without stumbling. Working became nearly impossible because of the brain fog. Her doctors ran MRIs, autoimmune labs, and nerve conduction studies. They found nerve damage, but were unable to identify its cause. The symptoms mimicked multiple sclerosis, neuropathy, and neurodegenerative disease all at once. Nothing really made sense. And then her neurologist checked something pretty simple, her vitamin B12 levels. Her levels were critically low. Like many patients described in published case reports, she had severe neurological impairment without the classic anemia doctors expect to see. That meant her deficiency had gone unnoticed for years. Her doctor immediately began medical repletion, initially with injections to rapidly restore tissue stores, followed by high-dose oral supplementation for maintenance. Because B12 plays a central role in myelin formation, DNA repair, methylation, and mitochondrial function, this simple intervention directly supported the systems responsible for her symptoms. The changes she experienced were gradual but undeniable. Within weeks, her numbness lessened, her balance improved, and her brain began clearing. Her energy returned enough for daily walks, and follow-up neurological exams showed real measurable improvement. This story is a powerful reminder. Supplements are not about taking everything, they're about taking what your body actually needs. A healing-centered supplement routine is built from understanding what your body is missing, what systems need the most support, and how to introduce supplements in a way your body can tolerate. The first thing that you need to do is start with what your body is missing. In other words, test, don't guess. The most transformative supplement routines almost always begin with identifying deficiencies. Vitamin D, B12, magnesium, iron, zinc, and omega-3 deficiencies are extremely common in chronic illness and disproportionately affect energy, immunity, cognition, and healing capacity. Bruce Ames' landmark research in PNAS in 2006 showed that even mild deficiencies impair DNA repair, mitochondrial efficiency, immune stability, and neurological function. When you correct what's missing, you remove bottlenecks that no amount of herbal blends or expensive powders could fix. The story I shared earlier was a perfect example. The woman's B12 deficiency mimicked a neurodegenerative disease, and no supplement except B12 could have resolved it. Testing creates clarity, and clarity creates space for healing. The next most important thing is to support mitochondrial energy. Fatigue is universal in chronic illness because mitochondrial dysfunction is universal in chronic illness. The mitochondria, your cellular powerhouses, struggle under inflammation, oxidative stress, infection, and prolonged physiological strain. A major review by Pfeiffer et al. In 2019 outlined how mitochondrial impairment contributes to nearly every chronic disease. Supplements like CoQ10, carnitine, magnesium, and alpha-lipoic acid support ATP production, protect mitochondria from oxidative stress, and help cells recover from damage. These supplements don't give you energy in the way that caffeine does. They restore your cells' ability to make their own energy. That's why, when used appropriately, they help reduce cognitive fatigue and muscle weakness. The third most important thing you can do to build an effective supplement routine is to add safe, evidence-based support for reducing systemic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a common denominator across autoimmune disease, cancer, neurological disorders, heart disease, metabolic illness, and chronic infections. But the goal is not to suppress inflammation, it's to regulate it, to restore the body's ability to respond appropriately instead of overreacting or remaining perpetually activated. Research by Philip Calder in the British Journal of Nutrition 2013 shows that omega-3 fatty acids, curcumin, ginger, and boswellia downregulate pro-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-6 and TNF-alpha while supporting the body's natural resolution pathways of inflammation. These supplements can restore balance to an immune system that is exhausted or dysregulated. When inflammation steadies, symptoms decrease, pain decreases, energy stabilizes, and healing becomes more possible. The fourth most important thing you need to do if you're building a supplement routine is support your gut, because every major system passes through it. Your gut is not just a digestive organ, it's an immune organ, a detox organ, and a neurological organ. The gut houses 70% of the immune system, influences stress responses through the vagus nerve, regulates inflammation, and determines how well you absorb nutrients from the supplements you take. A comprehensive review in gastroenterology clinics in 2017 shows that probiotics, prebiotics, and gut-healing nutrients reduce intestinal permeability, decrease inflammatory signaling, support neurotransmitter production, and stabilize immune activity. When the gut heals, every supplement you take works better because the body can finally absorb what it is given. The fifth most important thing to do when you're creating a healing supplement routine is to introduce supplements slowly and gently. One of the biggest mistakes people make is starting too many supplements at once. This overwhelms digestion, confuses your nervous system, and makes it impossible to tell what's helping. A study in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism in 2016 found that gradual dose escalation improves absorption, reduces side effects, and dramatically increases long-term success. Your body can heal beautifully when it's supported, but it's not great to push it from 0 to 60 by taking a bunch of sudden new supplements. The sixth and final step in creating an effective supplement routine is to build a clear supplement hierarchy rather than taking everything. Healing supplement routines work best when they're structured in layers. This prevents overwhelm and ensures each supplement has a clear purpose. The hierarchy usually looks like this. Layer 1 is to correct any deficiencies you've determined through blood and lab work. You cannot build anything on a deficient foundation. It's like building a house on a foundation that's cracking. The second layer, layer 2, is to support core healing systems, mitochondria, inflammation, gut immune balance. And the third layer is to target specific needs, neurological repair, detoxification, adrenal support, sleep regulation, mood regulation, etc. Once you see your supplements through this lens, it can really simplify the process and you'll only take what matters. You do not need 20 supplements to heal, and you don't have to chase every trend or product you see on social media. You also don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to support your body well. Your supplement routine should feel supportive, not overwhelming. Healing doesn't come from complexity, it comes from clarity, consistency, and compassion for your body's needs. Here are some practical action steps to begin today. Begin with 1 or 2 supplements, no more, and see how you feel. Pair supplements with meals or daily rituals so that the dosing and habit of it becomes natural and easy to sustain. Correct deficiencies first, especially vitamin D, B12, magnesium, and omega-3s if levels are low. Add mitochondrial support and gut support slowly and intentionally, and reevaluate your routine every 8 to 12 weeks because your body's needs change as you heal. You don't need a super complicated routine to support your healing. Your body is already working every second to help repair what's going on. Your supplement routine should simply help it do so a little bit easier. I hope this episode proved helpful to you. Stay tuned for our next episode, and as always, go be renegades.